last episode, we introduced you to the cabin and we wanted to make it fun.
What we did not show you is what it actually takes to set this place up every year after being closed for 8 months or more.
Yeah, and so this year, since I got here first and Lila conveniently ended up in Florida, I got to do the fun opening part.
Oh yeah, well that was by design.
Jerk. Yeah, I know. But yeah, so this place, there's nothing easy about setup. When you've been gone so long, there's so much to do. The cleanup, the mice, the bathroom stuff, setting up showers, water, bringing in propane, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, it takes some time to set the water up because we have to winterize it and empty all the pipes and all that good stuff. I don't know much about winterizing because this guy does it, but this year we had extra work to do.
Indeed.
Yeah, and this year apparently our filtration system needed to be replaced too because there was some issues last year, and this guy left that job for me.
Conveniently.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had issues last year. The water level in the pond got so low that it really wasn't as good a water as we would have liked to have had. So we needed to extend it at least another 100 feet this year.
Yeah, that was a job.
Yeah, and so I made socialize my priority that week.
Yeah.
But I got a couple things done before she arrived.
But luckily, my niece Lila was visiting and we put her to work. She put herself to work. She loves to help.
She does indeed.
And we really appreciate that.
But, so all that said, we're super excited to introduce you to the fun part of opening a rustic cabin in the middle of the Maine woods.
Yes, but we will also go out and do some adventures and do some hikes.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we
I
should
would
do
like
it.
that.
There's just so many beautiful places to see around here, excellent hikes, and there's some eating out.
Eating out? Enjoy. Well, we're starting right in. I just pulled into the driveway that we go down a little ways to where we can park, and I have the camper. And so that tree is a problem because our camper is too tall. So, unfortunately, I don't even have any kind of tool with me other than maybe a hammer. So I'm going to try to jury rig it and see if I can get it out of the way. Otherwise, I may have to park here for a little while and then come back out from the cabin with like a little chainsaw or something. It's always like this for the first day coming into camp. You usually have to clear out several trees and whatnot, but you hope at least you can get to the parking area. So I can't even go back to get the four-wheeler yet. So we'll take one thing at a time, right? It didn't actually snap yet, so can't even drag it off into the woods. I was hoping to knock it down and then just kind of haul it off, but yay for me. I think I'll be walking into the cabin first. Why not, right? It's a beautiful day. Okay, so before I fully walk into camp, I realize I have a hammer which has a sharp tip, so maybe I can bust through it this way. I'll give it a little try and see what happens. All right, just like that, we have a chance. All right, I actually left for a while and now I'm back. My buddy, he's had a four-wheeler for a decade or more and he lends it to us every summer. So here we are. I just am back at the parking area where I left the camper. And we're gonna start getting ready to head into camp and go see the cabin for the first time since January, I think. We have a couple of trailers at the cabin and they break over time and bust. The road is pretty rough on them, and my buddy this winter, in some of his spare time, did a really fantastic job welding them, bending them back into shape. This one was like bent in half, I think. And yeah, you can see the weld job he did on sides of these, so I'm excited to be able to start transporting all our gear again, and now these are even reinforced. Near where we park is this beautiful little stream, and you can see all the purple irises in bloom right now. Yeah, it's kind of a beautiful, like, swampy marsh area, and we have it all to ourselves. Well, surprise, this thing is real. This is the crazy cabin in Maine that Lila and I have been building, along with the help of a lot of great friends. Cannot argue with the fact that I'm incredibly excited to be here, despite there being a ton of things to do to open this place up. The four-wheeler ride in was not too bad. The only thing I will say is there were a number of trees down, which I probably should have filmed just to share with you for the nightmare that it can be. We obviously get to plant the garden this year because we were not here, but you can see some chives are still growing, along with, ooh, a big tick. Look at that guy. Ooh, gosh, that's not good. Hold on. And let me tell you, the second I found that tick, I stripped down to see if I had any others, and I did not find any others, but knowing my luck, I'll probably find more later. Yuck. Yep, there's this beautiful bar that Lila made last year. We had the bar, but we didn't have this nice, really cool live edge wood. And like I said, nothing has been opened up yet. You can even see up above in the loft, we still have plastic over the opening there. Every year when you come back here, there's a ton of work to do to get open because we're in a remote location, completely off grid. And all our pipes, everything like that, freezes every year if we're not careful to take everything apart, blow everything out. So that platform there is actually our shower tent that will get hooked up soon, and you can see a utility sink under the tarp there. So lots going to transform in the next few weeks. Here you'll see we have, which we'll uncover eventually here. This is our gas-powered hot water system. And Lila and her sister actually hooked that up last year. So excited to get running water here again, which is a huge process that we will work on together. And yeah, I've got to run line 400 feet. You know, that's already run, but I have to run the water hose back way out into the lake and then prime it to the pump, power the pump on. And then we've got to replace our system over here. Last year, I think I did some no-nos and installed these filters backwards. And so it was pumping in too much junk into our system. And on top of that, we were gone for a while. And I think we got some algae and stuff in our pipes. Yeah, so there's a lot to work on. I'll also be showing you our power system at some point here. And so here is actually the main breaker panel direct from the solar panels themselves. And we have 20 panels, each 300 watts, so a full 6K system. And we actually have it hidden in a swamp, so you can't see it anywhere near the cabin in any way. And so it's just, it was already like a naturally low brush kind of area. So perfect for setting up a huge, I think it's over 40 feet long, that contains our 20 panels. This is our power room on a little shed that we have, and you can see these are 8 6-volt batteries. Each one is like 250 pounds, and they've got a carbon technology. Yes, they are lead acid. They're good for 17 years. I think we've had them 5 or 6 now. And then up on the wall we got our charge controller, and you can see it's already floating for the day, so we've already got full power. And here's our main breaker for our our cabin here, and then my dad's cabin that we'll show you at some point. And this is the little brain for it here that tells us when there's issues, connects to the internet. Yeah, so down here is our inverter that you can see, and we can actually plug into a gas power generator or more solar, which on the shoulder seasons sometimes is an issue. Yeah, so in our tool shed, we're dealing with this issue with wasps. So today or tomorrow I'll get some stuff to deal with these guys. I feel bad, but they picked the wrong spot, and every time I open the door right now they are dive bombing me, so not gonna work too well when I need to go get tools. Here's our crazy old trailer, one of the two, and I put the bar here that my friend repaired for me. And so I gotta install this back up so that I can go and get all our stuff. Okay, trailer's back together, and next up is the wheels all prepped up to 24 PSI. Well, as you remember, I parked the camper here by the parking area, and I ran the Jackery just so that I could run fans inside and on our fridge that's in there. And although there's nothing in there, I just want to make sure the fridge was still working well, and which it turns out it is. So now I'm recharging the Jackery, and so I set out the panels into the parking area here today. It looks like it's doing pretty good. We're already getting 661 watts coming in. Got to run to town and do propane and gasoline and more supplies. We'll let this run while I'm gone. Alrighty, we cleared everything out. Got a tarp in here to protect the Tesla, whatever that's worth. We got 3 propane tanks, a couple of waters here. Back here we got couple of gas tanks so we can keep the 4-wheeler running. All right, we're at Home Depot here. Here we got an assortment of goodies. I got bar and chain oil. We got some stuff for more ticks and ants because those are very problematic. And then I got 100 feet of this 100 PSI piping for extending our water system so that we can get further out into the deeper water in the pond. So hopefully that's going to help. I suspect I'm in the wrong size. I suspect I need 1 1/4. This is 1 inch, but we'll find out. I'm going to take a risk. All right, Home Depot done. So we still have 2 more stops. We got to get both some water and then gasoline for at least the 4-wheeler and any of our other power tools. So for water, a good friend of mine knew of a place when we were young, and so I still go there now when we need fresh water, and it's a spring that comes right out of the ground. And so let's go check what that's all about. So far so good. We're still going down this road, but man, it could use a little TLC. I guess that's another deterrent. They're probably not expecting a Tesla to be driving down here. Well, we made it, folks. Yeah, so you can probably hear the sound of it, but yeah, there's the spring itself. So they've covered it over with beautiful logs and everything, and then they made this stairway down into the spot that's just always flowing crystal clear fresh water, ice cold. Love it. Let's see if we can see that. We're filling up here, and so yeah, it actually went really fast, 3 gallons per minute. Goodbye, beautiful spring. Thank you. Now can we make it out of this area without bottoming out the Tesla? Alright, we freaking did it! Ta-dunk! Oh, hit something. I think it was just a little boulder, rock, who knows. Ouch. 7.5 gallons, $33. Ain't like the old days. So, next on the list here is weed whipping, and that's primarily because of the tick problem, and then also just it rots out bottoms of your cars and everything else. Alright, we made some good progress. Alrighty, we should have enough supplies for at least a day. So I think I'm ready to head back into the cabin. Sunset is almost here. Making the big trip in with the load of stuff. gasoline now resupplied. Our 20 gallons of water we'll just put up on the porch here for the moment. All right, turn the propane on. Let's see what we got. Woohoo! Cooking with propane. Got this cool door that Lila installed last year. I think it was last year. Time goes quick. This was always just an open area there that was always just a pile of junk. She installed this door that we ordered, and it's all wood. And then she even built this whole pantry thing here, this shelf on the left. And it's on wheels, so you can pull it out and then access behind it to clean or just organize. In this little spice corner here, there was a paprika thing that was from a local place. Looks like it was going to be delicious, but it turns out the mice left everything alone for all the other spices that were sitting there, except that, and they had it on the ground and they ate every last drop of it. Nuts. You might notice the slight wetness along the edges there. And that's because I just recently sprayed indoor stuff for carpenter ants. Because this is in the middle of the woods and a cedar log cabin, it is an endless battle of making sure you fight against them constantly. And we probably don't do it as often as we should. Our second floor is going to take a little longer. As you can see, I still haven't made the master bed there, which is king size, fits in that little nook. You can see a little office area, but everything's still bagged up. We cover all the mattresses to protect against mice and that kind of stuff from eating our mattresses. This does become like a real cozy atmosphere a little later on, you'll see. Well, since being here in Maine, I've been spending a lot more time cooking and absolutely not eating out under any circumstance. We'll see if I break that rule. Here I'm making some brown rice, and that's almost done. And I got some freshly diced garlic grilling up, and so we're gonna add some mushrooms, sweet Vidalia onions, and I'm gonna cook some turkey breast. Who knows what this thing's gonna be? I don't know whether to fry the rice in here with it and make it a little more decadent, or to go crazy and leave it simple. Just eat it with olive oil and some salt and pepper maybe. Mix a little taco seasoning type stuff in here. Who knows? I'm probably going to keep it simple and just eat rice and maybe a little olive oil and salt, just to say I was a good kid. 53, man. You got to watch your heart health, right? That's what they tell me. We'll fix this with a steak soon, trust me. This thing looked a little bit desperate for color, so I threw some red in there. Spinach would have been cool, but I'll just have that, see? Maybe a little oregano? Well, a few years ago we planted oregano here, and now it comes back every year like a weed. We have to keep pulling it from the garden. We chuck it in the woods, and then it grows just as healthy or healthier there. So, hey, I got something green in here now. We're making Christmas, I guess. And there was also some chives out there, so hey, why not? Chuck it in here. All right, this is starting to look like a meal. I'll just add a plentiful amount of olive oil there. Right, that's supposed to be good for you. And we've literally got some local pink salt, and it's probably just relabeled from some other crazy place. But we'll do some of that just because. That might be more like rock salt. Oh well. All right, and then last I just added a little black peppercorn that I ground out. Bon appetit. Yep, rock salt. No, it's actually pretty good. Hey gang, well, I've been working a number of days here to get this place prepared for the Lilinator, and today's the day I get to go to the airport in a few hours and pick her up. And so I think this place has turned out pretty good, and we'll see if it passes her smoke test, but I think she'll be pleased, and I'm very happy to have my lady back. This floor still has a little ways to go, but we have a nice cozy bedroom now set up. This room is still my favorite room. And this is our third floor, which is small enough it's a little hard to see super clear. But we have a little cozy L-shaped couch here and an extra little chair. And then on this side we have like one of those little ship desks that when I need to work or Lila needs to work and we want to have a little sanctuary area, this is the place to come to. This is also the bird's eye view up here. We're up like 25 feet at least on the 3rd floor, so you know, you have 8 windows all around, so you can really feel like you're seeing the world up here and watching what's happening below. Well, I made it to Bangor and I'm waiting for Lila. Yeah, it took a little bit to get here, and you can see behind me I got a bunch of hose for extending our water pipe. That should be a fun project. But yeah, Lila's gonna be here shortly, I hope, and then the fun begins. So we made it. Finally get our sunset together. And we got both our chairs. It's good to be here. It's good to have my partner in crime.
So here's our pipe. This is an 1.25 inch pipe. We're going to add a bunch of pipe to extend our water line into the lake. We're gonna disconnect this so we can prime it using the pipe directly. Well, it has been at least 3 hours and we still have not been able to fill this pipe with water. I think we put like 20 to 30 gallons and it's still not full, so that makes no sense. But it's also not leaking at the foot valve, so I think there's a monster that's stealing our water from this pipe. Oh, Lily, do you think it's gonna work? How about Scott?
Of course it's going to work.
It's gonna work?
I'm putting
All I know is I'm ready for a whiskey.
$10, that's gonna work.
This is finicky, so if there's enough water in there, we'll have a chance. And it takes a while. That's good. No, but that's the sound it makes when it's on.
The airing. We remove all the air. Okay.
Hey, maybe this is a woman's job.
Hell no.
That's the closest I've ever seen it work the first time. So now we'll just run it here and make sure we continue to get air out. And we're gonna run it till it kicks on again.
Oh, look, water underneath. After a long day wrestling with water lines, we finally got the water running again. And we were definitely ready to call it a day. We headed down to the lake, got out our paddle boards to enjoy a beautiful Maine sunset, and finished the night around the bonfire. Well, today we need to install our new water filtration system. But before we get to work,
we're making a quick trip to the edible garden in Milbridge. It's a community garden where vegetables and herbs are grown for the people to enjoy and share. I just love the idea of having something like this right in the middle of town. A beautiful little garden that is here for the whole community, and it's less than 20 minutes away from our cabin. Once they're ready, they say pick, and then you can help yourself and bring fresh vegetables home. Tiny library.
Rocco the rock snake. And here you can see the little Rockies. So I ordered a filter for our water system to filter the water from the lake, and I thought I was going to come all assembled and stuff. I'm guessing this is the cylinder part, and then they sent me 2 boxes which are pretty heavy, so I think the charcoal, all the carbon filter parts are in there, and I am starting to suspect that I will have to assemble this whole thing. Ooh. So I made it to the cabin, so we are gonna open these boxes and see what the surprise is. Hopefully it's a present for me.
Yeah, and I'll put Scott to work. Yay! Aha! I thought no.
Got another meeting.
No, you're stuck now. Well, yes, of course there was a trip to Home Depot. So at Home Depot, I was trying to figure out how to connect this to this PVC pipe that's gonna connect to this, do the elbow, and then go into this to connect to the pre-filter in one side and the post-filter in the other side. And then something that would fit inside, they would clamp into this shark bite. That was pretty complicated, but I ended up figuring out that this 1-inch pegs actually seems to be what I needed for fitting on this, but the PVC and the pegs are not compatible, so I needed to get some adapters. I got this to go into pegs on this side with those little clamps here, and then this is going to thread into this, and this side, which is smooth, is gonna go into the PVC. So let's see how it goes. We'll figure it out If it works or it doesn't work, I guess wish me luck. That's all I can say. I need to clamp this. I don't think I have the strength. Plus, it's so small that somebody has to hold it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very hard. It's a 1 inch, so it's extra.
Let's see if I can break my chest plate.
Yeah, let's not do that. This should do it, right?
That should definitely do
Okay,
it.
so that's the idea. We'll see what happens. Oh, then connect these pieces. Was very hard to unscrew, but Scott, with his big muscles, he was able to loosen it up. I would have never been able to
I had to
loosen it.
cry. That was what finally loosened it,
Yeah.
was my unicorn tears.
While we are working on installing the water system, my niece Lila and her husband Matt have been clearing our woods a little bit here, which really needed to happen. But look, they've been raking the woods and it's starting to look like a park. I love it. We don't always put our guests to work, but these guys love to do work. Just pay them with a couple old fashions and then they keep working. It's been working pretty well so far.
Everybody gets very jealous.
The bacon maple rye old fashioned.
Not sure that yeah, that looks pretty. That looks like a soup. A whiskey soup. Not sure what to think about this, but
Here, try
free
it.
labor, can't beat that.
Real way to tell.
Scott's trying to get me to drink now. Ew. It's pretty good. I need pancakes.
Yeah.
Wind pace. Like. Setting up the clock. Oh, these ones are close up. Okay, this is the lake water before filtering, and here is the water after filtering it. Okay, in full disclosure, when I installed this filter this year, I was so proud of my work because I had figured out how to connect it from here straight to here and here. This is the line that comes from the lake. So it came from here, straight and boom here. And then from this other line, straight out there. So as I was so excited that I did the whole installation and it was coming out so beautiful and organized, and as I was screwing in this last little things here, I realized that I forgot a very important step. You see these little lines, these arrows? Well, this one is the one going into the house, and this one is the one coming in from the main water supply. So I installed it backwards. Oh, it was such a disappointment. The easiest solution without having to go back to Home Depot and get a bunch more supplies was to swap the post filter and put it in this side, and the pre-filter put it in that side where the post filter used to be, and then do this whole switch of lines. So this is the water that comes from the lake, goes all around and then enters in this side, and then the water that goes into the house, into the cabin, you see comes here and here and here and here from over there. It's complicated, but it worked, and neither one of us had to go back to Home Depot to buy a bunch more supplies. And it doesn't look that great, I'm not like the proudest, but it works the same, so I'm happy with it at the end. As you can see, getting the cabin up and running, it's a lot of work. But once everything is working again, we get to enjoy this beautiful place. In the next few episodes, we will share more of the beautiful places around Maine, along with some of the projects we've done here at the cabin. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe and come along for the adventure. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.